guy. Let's do this.
Neutral special, he wields a...
1,000 die, I can still stand.
So, most of the comments on the Wolverine game so far that I have seen are very weak and very loose, saying that the game does not follow the comic Wolverine, or it is too violent to be a comic Wolverine. Or, one of my favorite talking points on the new Wolverine game is that Wolverine is too violent and just gutting random people. If you watch that trailer again, he was only killing people that he really needed to at that point in the game. Just common context clues. I don't know if that's actually what happens, but if you look, the guards are armed in many different ways. Wolverine in the comics is also prone to killing, berserker wage or not. I realized I just said wage or not. But at the same time, in the comics, he's not a hero and he's not a villain. He is walking the line. And if you do not understand that, then you do not get Wolverine's whole point. He is not Spider-Man, he is not trying to save everyone. He is, what if Batman killed the Joker? What if Batman had that bad day, basically, is how I can explain it to you guys the best, is because Wolverine does not have any problem with killing, because he understands not all villains are going to randomly one day change their mind on slaughtering people, or they're not going to change their mind on doing bad things. So what is the best deal? Well, to his morals and to his brain, it works if you take that problem out of the equation. And that's why most people have a problem with Wolverine in the comics, is he is prone to offing people. But people have a problem when it is in the Wolverine game. I don't really see why that is a problem if done correctly. If it does not walk the morally gray line where you are supposed to kind of feel bad for this person, but at the same time, you are supposed to root for this person. It is a hard line to balance, but if they balance it well in the game, it should be a perfectly fine talking point, and should be more brain power used than both the Spider-Man games, in my opinion. Not that I hate the Spider-Man games, they're perfectly fine. The first one is awesome, but I feel like a Wolverine game can make you challenge your morals, because in Wolverine comics, you have to challenge your morals. You can't say, oh, he's a good guy because he kills people, and that's not what heroes do. And he even acknowledges this. He is not a hero in his own mind. And that is why in the Wolverine trailer at the end, he says, I am not a hero, I am Wolverine. Because he is not a hero in his mind. He is not Spider-Man. And I keep bringing up Spider-Man, but he's like the peak, and Wolverine and Spider-Man, when they interact, it's so sad, to be fair, because Wolverine is trying to do what is best, or what he sees is best, taking out the threat, and Spider-Man is like, all lives mean something. And when they talk, it's perfect. It's in line. But saying that the new Wolverine game is too violent, Wolverine as a character is very, very violent and very, very prone to having berserker rage moments, which makes him prone to acting out of character in a way. So saying that Wolverine is not faithful to Wolverine in the new game is just, it's so weird. Even if you've read one Wolverine comic, you will hear him say his catchphrase, which is, I do my job well, but my job is ugly, or something along those lines. You'll hear him throw out and hear him say. And that's so weird that people can miss a key detail like that. That's so important to the character, because he's not a hero, he's not a villain, he is just a guy doing what he sees right. And most of the other talking points about this game are kind of just stupid. Marvel Wolverine hasn't even come out yet, so we don't know most of the other stuff they're going to put in this game, and the only talking point that I see otherwise is it is made by Sweet Baby Inc. A lot of your favorite games, actually, are probably made by Sweet Baby Inc. I will have probably a list up about all their games, or like some of their games that Sweet Baby Inc. has done, but they're not all bad. A lot of them are actually really, really good, and I do not have a bias towards them, and I don't hate them. I don't agree with what they've done, but I'm not just gonna say, oh, it's bad, because these guys, you have to separate the art from the artist. I understand that fully well, so this talking point is just out the window immediately. Saying it is going to be woke and Wolverine is going to do some weird stuff that I've heard is also just false, and you're painting it in your narrative, which is also very bad for this game as a whole. Like, if you want this game to do somewhat well, then you wouldn't be slandering like this. And yes, it is slandering. Even if you do not like the game, then you do not have to really buy the game. They're not forcing you to, and they're not shoving it in your face. So, yeah, but at the same time, the game hasn't even come out yet, so we don't know much about this game. What we do know about this game was in the trailers. And it's funny because people are just acting like the Wolverine in the game is just going out on a slaughter fest and he's killing everyone. Which, in the game, he kills armed guards that are attacking people, that are probably going to harm more people. And he is not Batman, he is not Spider-Man, he is not a hero. He is a guy that gets the job done, and that job is not a good thing. So he's going to find a way to solve that problem that might not be the best way to solve that problem. Might not even be a good way at all to solve the problem, because Wolverine is such a violent character, he acts out of rage sometimes. So some of those moments, I feel like in the game could explore, is like, Wolverine has a lot of PTSD, so him doing the Berserker Rage is perfectly fine with me, and him being violent is in his character, so him kind of, it's so weird because him doing the wrong thing at it's like a perfect time to act, but he acts in the wrong way. So let's say he's trying to save someone, but he accidentally, acts in the wrong way and just murders that guy. That could be mental trauma on the person that he just saved, which is, we've dealt with this in the comics many times. So that could be a good thing to explore in this game. And a lot of stuff like that, where you can't do this with many other heroes, you can only do this with, I can think like 3, Wolverine, Deadpool, and Punisher. And like I said, they're not heroes, they're anti-heroes. They don't really do what is right all the time, but they try, it's what they see as right. Even if it's not the best at the time, it will eventually come into play, and it will eventually, they're alive, is basically what I'm trying to get at. They're alive to hate him. They're alive to yell at him, is basically what the thing is. And he will protect that, the innocent at all costs, but he does not do it in the best way all the time. And it makes a weird combination of feelings and emotions to be like, oh, he's a good person, but he's not doing the right thing in this moment. And I could see the game handling this really, really well. And it mind boggles me the way that people like to twist it, as they're like, oh yeah, no, I like this game, I like that this game is coming out, but, and then they make up a lie to support their narrative of why they don't like this game anymore. If you do not like the new Wolverine game, well, tough luck, I guess. I don't know what to say to you. If it's not your thing, then it's not your thing. And if you do not like it, there's plenty of Wolverine games. There was the Wolverine tie-in games. But it's just at that point, if you're gonna try to make up false information about that game, you're going to spend all this time on the internet, all your time making up false things about this game, then go play your original Wolverine game. You still have that, and you can still go back to it. If you're gonna do that, that's not for everyone, but it's so weird to me that people. It hasn't even come out yet. It's still gonna be like a year until this comes out. So, yeah, I don't know. There's so weird talking points. And Rift covered this well in both of his videos. So go check him out. He's the Gaming Rift, coolest dude I know. But yeah, no, that's just my talking points and my opinion on this situation. Not a lot, because I still need to kind of research on this point and these topics a little bit more. But yeah, let me know your opinion down in the comment section. And yeah, no, that's it. End of the video. Cool. I don't know if I have an outro right now, but I probably will whip one up. So here it is.